Hello traders, today is another trade breakdown from November 20th, 2023, and this video is going to be hard to make. Today I missed out on some great gains. I made some really rough mistakes in my execution, but I will be transparent here and hopefully learn from what happened today. Luckily, not too bad of a loss. So this is the market here on Nas100 today at market open 7:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. In replay mode. So when I came into the market, I was looking for a break and retest of previous day high. This is the high and low of Friday. Today's Monday, so high and low of Friday here. And I was thinking the ideal move would be a break above here and have a Fibonacci retracement to the previous day high, and then a bounce off that and continue upward. And so we did get that break right at market open. So I was just waiting for it to top out. And about 2 candles in, it topped out and began to come back down. And so then I drew the Fibonacci retracement from this low to this high. And this was looking like a great trade. It was right on the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. The only hesitancy I had with this trade was looking at the stochastic RSI. It was still overbought, suggesting that the market could move to a more, it could sell off a little more and move to a oversold position. But of course, that's never guaranteed. The stochastic RSI is a lagging indicator, so you have to keep that in mind. But the next candle, we saw some rejection off of that. Yes, of the previous day high. And my mistake was made when I got impatient, and when I started to see that rejection, I went to the 5-minute time frame to see if I could get a better entry. And on the 5-minute time frame, the stochastic RSI was more oversold, which made me more interested in this time frame, and I did end up entering on this candle back here at 825. And I'll replay this to show you exactly what happened. So we had the touch there on previous day high, and then a nice bullish candle on the 5-minute, and I entered at the close of that candle. 9:0, it was a little after that candle, it was 9:07, a few seconds after. So after the spread, 9:07 was my entry, and my stop was 978. And my target was then 1 to 2 up at 960, so above the previous high right there. But in the next candle, it was a bearish candle, and usually when it is an immediate bearish candle after my entry, and it engulfs that much of my entry candle, then it is not a good sign, and I look at exiting the trade maybe. If it gets close to my stop loss. And it did. If you see right there in the replay mode, it did. The wick that ended on the candle, it left behind a wick there, and the candle actually ended bullish. However, during that candle, I did close right down here, a few pips away from my, well, it was a little more, it was about half of my stop loss, so I risked 1,000 on this trade, and on that trade I lost 500 when I closed it. And then it didn't end up rejecting, and the market moved higher into profit, which is quite frustrating after you get out of it. And then I did actually end up getting back in because I came to my senses and I went back to the 15-minute time frame because this is my entry time frame. And I entered somewhere on this candle. I believe I entered at 9:35. Yeah, so it was actually right near the close of this candle, right there. I entered again and targeted 16,000, knowing that it probably wouldn't go there, but I just wanted to make back some of my gains, some of what I lost. And that is, of course, the wrong mindset to have, but I entered. And the market moved up a little bit more, and it did see some resistance around 970, so I closed there and got back 300. So I ended the day minus 200, which on my FT mode challenge was minus 0.2%. So not terrible. Not terrible loss. The number doesn't hurt that much. What hurts is what I missed out on. If you continue to play this, you'll see that the market continued to move in my favor all day. And we got some huge bullish momentum. It crashed through both profit targets on these trades. So I could have made 2% on the first trade and 2% on the second trade, either one. So yeah, it was a lot of money I left on the table. I ended the day negative when there was no reason to. The setup was good on the 15-minute and the 5, but I was too quick on the 5. I don't trade on the 5. I trade on the 15, and I went off plan there, and that's my fault. I have to take accountability for that. If I would have waited for this candle to close on the 15-minute, get rid of this, put my stop about 40 points, and gone for a 1 to 2, then I would have got it. And the market continued to move up significantly. I could have gotten a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 on each of those. And of course, you can never predict that. In hindsight, you can say that it would have made sense. But I did go off plan. And if I would have stuck to the plan, I would have won. And that's painful because sticking to the plan is my job as a trader. And so that's a mistake. And I think the reason that I made these execution mistakes today, one of them is I just wasn't prepared. I was holding my crying baby while I made these trades. I was stressed and my wife was running off to work, and it was just, I should not have placed these trades the way I did. So that's definitely the lesson that I'm taking away from today, is being patient with the entries and just following the plan. Not switching the time frames, not pulling up different indicators or whatever. I have done that in the past. I didn't do that today, but just going off plan, which is a very basic mistake, and it cost me a good amount of money today. But that's okay. Moving forward, only ended the day minus 0.2%, so not terrible. Luckily, I was lucky in that my bias was correct and I was able to re-enter. But that's all for me today. We'll come back tomorrow for another trade, but thanks for watching.